Hey guys, what's up? Happy New Year. We are in a different location in my home because I want to show you guys a few plants that are currently in my collection that are stationed down here that I would deem as very low maintenance plants that I think are perfect for people who are very busy or people who actually have a tendency to kill a lot of their plants. These plants have been through some neglect. They have been repotted several times and they are growing and thriving, and I think that they would be the perfect plant for you if you fall under those two categories. And let's start with this big bad boy right here. This, if you don't know, is my fiddle leaf fig. I had purchased this fiddle leaf fig at the start of COVID, so she's been in my care for quite some time. I know there are a lot of people who say that fiddle leaf figs are super high maintenance, they're very difficult to care for, and she's doing great, isn't she? She's actually putting off leaves in places where I'm kind of like, that's interesting, I didn't know you could do that, but I'm here for it. And she's actually gotten to a point where I'm kind of like, what am I gonna do when you hit the ceiling? Because I'm gonna have to trim you down. She was actually on like legs. So this pot right here had 4 legs and she was a lot taller and she just kept growing, so I had to remove the legs and now she's just in a pot. But yeah, she's doing great, putting off leaves where I didn't think she would, and I think by the end of this year of 2025, oh, PETA has something to say, of 2025, I may need to trim her. And I feel like when I trim her, that's probably when she's gonna start declining, but knock on wood that doesn't happen. Care tips for this fiddle leaf fig: I water it once a week, I give it some fertilizer when I remember to. I actually walk around with like a spray, a foliage spray. Actually, I'll be right back, let me go grab it. Okay, so this is the foliage spray that I am talking about. The glare, I'm sorry you guys, but this is supposed to give your plants nutrients, give you bigger leaves. I don't feel like she's giving me bigger leaves, but I do feel like she's giving me lots of consistent size leaves. And yeah, I don't know what else to tell you guys. I did film a video like on my Instagram way back when where I showed you guys that I would do this here, and I feel like doing this shape right here actually stimulates the plant. And it, you know, when you shake your plant, it's like you're telling the plant that it needs to anchor itself, so the root system is really gonna, like, I don't know how to explain this, but I guess what I'm trying to say is shaking the plant is you acting as if you're the wind, you know, telling the plant, hey, wake up, you need to grow bigger, stronger, anchor yourself so that you can withhold this shape right here. Yeah, that's kind of what I was trying to say. I'm so sorry if that was very confusing. But moving on, I don't think there's anything else that I want to tell you guys about her other than I don't really do anything special here, down here, especially in my little plant nook. There's no humidifier, and clearly the dogs are not a fan. What was I trying to say? I think I was just really trying to drive home the fact that in this little plant nook that I have here, which is in my dining room, there's nothing special going on. Like, I get this much light by mid-morning into the late afternoon. But yeah, there's nothing else here. There's no humidifier, there's no extra light, there's no heat mats, nothing. There's just this. This is like a true representation of my plants. So yeah, if you have a fiddle leaf fig and she's kind of stunted in growth, I would recommend you give it a little shake. I think that does help for sure. So I do remember shaking this plant every morning where I'd be like, wake up, Franny, wake up. But yeah, that was just like a little cutesy thing that I would do every morning with my plants. Anyhow, let's move on. The next plant that I want to show you guys are the Hoyas that I have going on right here. I don't know how I'm going to situate myself in the camera, but I'm gonna figure it out. Okay, I thought I could just kind of turn you guys around, but the light is just really blinding right now, so I'm gonna do my best. I may end up being like a floating head. I'm so sorry in advance. But I have 3 types of Hoyas here that are just killing it. And one of them you have seen many times is my Hoya Carry Splash. Now, in my previous videos, I had actually shown you guys that I had to split it up. That's how big it got, and she's still growing very strong, and she's thriving. I actually have, yeah, I have 3 in my care. I actually have 4. I gave one away to my friend. I'm gonna have to, I don't know, just put it on Facebook Market and say for free, because at this point I can't keep housing them. But if you're the type of person that loves climbing plants, Hoyas are like your go-to. They're so easy, and they prefer to completely dry out and then you give it water. So hey, if you like to travel, if you're gone for long periods of time, or if you're just very forgetful, yeah, Hoyas, okay? They will, once it's established itself, it'll just grow and thrive and do its thing. So here's one that I can actually pick up and show you guys. This is my Hoya Carry Splash. She's not very splashy, I know, but I think that's just because I don't give her enough light. But that's okay, I'm not too upset with it. I am still trying to figure out what I'm gonna do about her wanting to climb, because what I've done in the past was I would just kind of like wrap it around a trellis. But yeah, I don't know. This is a what do I want to say? This is a future Heather problem is what I want to say. But yeah, she's growing and thriving. Care tips, same thing. I just give it a spritz of this weekly when I remember to. I used to use fertilizer and I would mix it in with my water, but the powdered fertilizer that I was using got really clumpy, and I was just really annoyed with having to like what do you call it, like break it up. I finished using the bag, mind you, I didn't throw it away, but it was just so annoying. But this is way easier, and I feel like I got more results using this, and I think that's just because these guys are all like aeroids, and the aeroids have I don't know the science in me when I say they have these little receptors that pick up all these nutrients. That's probably the case, I just don't know the correct term for it. But yeah, I do see my plants growing and thriving when I use this spray. And I picked this up for like $10 at Home Depot or Home Hardware if you're in Canada. Anyways, yes, so Hoyas, highly recommend. I'm gonna probably have to just take the camera off and just kind of like point to things at this point because I can't pick them up because it's too big. It's too big. These vining plants are intertwined with each other, and there's nothing else I can do about it other than let it live and do its thing. So yeah, I'm gonna figure that out. All right, so here is my Hoya Crimson Queen. Now this was gifted to me as a very small cutting, and I was kind of like, you know, it's whatever. But she's growing very well, and she's vining quite a bit. And what's really nice is her leaves keep getting bigger and bigger, and I'm pretty sure it's getting bigger because it is intertwining with this little situation that I have going on over here. But yeah, and what's really unique about this plant is, you know, the more light you give it, the pinker the edges of the leaves will get. It doesn't get that bright here or hot, just because the vent is like over there somewhere. So I don't see it turning red anymore, but maybe in the what do you call it, the springtime, it'll get some pink leaves. But you know what, I'm really impressed with how big the leaves have gotten. Yeah, the leaves have gotten really big. Like this one is a nice fat juicy leaf right here compared to this one, if you can see it. Sorry you guys, the lighting's really bad. I didn't think this through, but just bear with me. Maybe I'll like take pictures. But yeah, so this is a Hoya Crimson Queen. It does get pink edges here when the light hits it, and no pest, nothing out of the ordinary. I really want to like push this out without knocking everything else over because the leaf looks really cute. Ooh, look at that leaf. Yeah, it's currently residing in Leica. You know, we have some algae growing here at the bottom that you can't really see, I don't think. But yeah, it's currently residing in Leica. It's doing its thing. I think what I'm gonna do is get one of those clear, what do you call it? Clear hooks, and then just start attaching it right here, so that way it can kind of grow spiraling up this vase. Now, the other plant that is currently here that was thriving is this Hoya Hoya, oh gosh, I don't remember. I'll have to put a text for you once I figure it out. This lighting is god awful. But here are my little Labubus. These are like, I am so in love with Labubus right now. They are like my jam, and they are sold out everywhere, and I can't talk about it because this is not a Labubu channel. But anyways, this I had repotted. It was growing so much. It would, you know, what do I want to say? What I want to say is I kept wrapping it around itself, and it would like dangle all the way down here. And I was like, this is getting ridiculous. Like I can't live like this. So what I did was I unpotted it and split the plant up and gave some of it away. So I'm kind of starting from scratch again, which is nice, but kind of lame because I kind of miss how full it used to be, but it is what it is. I wonder if I can kind of point this way. Can you kind of see? Sort of. Maybe. No, not really. But it's there. Maybe I'll insert a photo or something like that for you guys. But yeah, this I repotted into soil. It's doing phenomenal. It's still kicking it. I have ADHD too. I'm sorry, you guys. What do I want to say? No, I lied to you. It's not thriving as much as it used to, but I think it's just figuring itself out. Like I do see some bits here. I wonder if I can take this down. Maybe? Oh, yes. Yes, I can. Okay. So, as you can see here, I have some parts that are dead that I should probably clip back and prune because it does not serve the plant. But what I was trying to say was, when I had repotted this, I think some of the vines that I thought had roots were part of that particular vine, but it wasn't. So that's why I think there's like a lot of pieces here that are not actually doing very well. So like this. Yeah, like this right here can be totally clipped off. I see like a very dead vine over here. But overall, she's very full. I'm hoping that it'll kind of come back to life and give me blooms again, because they were really pretty and very cute. And I don't know about you guys, but for me, when I see my Hoyas actually blooming, I'm like, yes, I actually got you to bloom, which means you must be very happy with where you are right now. But yeah, so I did have one small bloom after I had repotted this Hoya, but I haven't seen any since. I usually don't get blooms until spring and moving into summer, so I'm not too concerned. So yeah, I'm gonna have to do like a full like house chore day where I grab all of the plants that need to be pruned to prune and to groom, to do all the other adulting plant stuff, responsibilities that you have as a plant owner. Anyways, what other plants do I have here? I have this big gigantic Monstera albo. So excited to show you guys. One moment. Okay, right here is my pride and joy. Don't mind this random handle. This actually is my mop vacuum device. Highly recommend, by the way. Love it, especially if you have pets that, you know, like to go outside, inside, outside, inside. It does it all. Anyways, getting distracted. My Monstera albo. Look at her. Look at her. She is beautiful. She's put off so many leaves for me. I have noticed that she's been dropping a few leaves lately, but I think that's just because she's just trying to upsize herself, you know? So right here is the newest leaf. I got these like cute fenestrations going on over here, and it makes me so proud because now I'm like, oh, she's serious. She's serious about growing, and she's just thriving here. This is my favorite leaf. I hope it stays pristine like this. I really do. But yeah, so she has dropped several baby leaves. That's okay, because I have these big beautiful ones over here. And do you see the aerial roots on this? It's intense. Look at this. Like, it's so long. It's actually half the length of me right now. All of these bottom aerial roots right here. So I do need to do something about it. I think I'm gonna start clipping them. I don't think there's anything wrong with clipping them, but if there is, please let me know because I don't want to kill my plant. But yeah, she is just stunning. Like, the whole reason why I fell in love with variegated plants was because of this Monstera albo, because you just never know what color leaf you're gonna get when it puts off a new leaf. Now I do have a couple of Monstera albo cuttings that are now plants that definitely need to be, you know, taken care of and revived. I wouldn't say revived, but just, you know, repotted, because they haven't put off any leaves for me since since the summer, so I'm gonna have to do something about that. But yeah, the other plants that I would highly recommend if you are looking for like low maintenance plants are philodendrons. Philodendrons are very easy to care for, especially the ones that have already like established itself. I guess I can show you a couple over there, maybe. Let me see if I can bring one over. Okay, so this philodendron is a crawling type. I can never pronounce his name, so here's the the text so you can read it. But she is huge. Like, I don't even know how I'm gonna film my next video on crawling philodendrons for you guys. But another plant that, you know, is surprisingly super easy to care for. I should probably do like an updated, I don't know, like do a photo shoot of how big some of my plants are. But yeah, she is so big. Look at this. And I think what I really loved about this philodendron was the fact that the back would be like this burgundy color right here. Stunning. Absolutely stunning. But yeah, crawling philodendrons, super easy to care for. And what I love about crawling philodendrons is that at first I was kind of like, huh, shit, what am I gonna do with this plant? Like, I'm gonna have to keep upsizing the pot and just keep extending it. But no, you don't have to do that. You can just keep trimming it back and sliding it down the pot. So if you only want 5 plants, sorry, not 5 plants, 5 leaves, 5 foliage that you want to keep displayed, you can do that. And yeah, so I'll go into more details about that in my next video, I think. Yeah, maybe my next video will be about philodendrons, especially like specifically crawling philodendrons. But yeah, highly recommend. Nothing special. So you can see it's like totally thriving in this, you know, regular room temperature, regular humidity, getting hit with hot air, cold air, whatever. I even have like some dog hair growing. But yeah, it's doing great. And I think what I really want to point out is that all of these plants are growing in different substrates. So like the Crimson Queen, she's in like the fiddly fig is in regular soil, nothing special. I think it's like still the same soil that it came in. And when I first got into houseplants, I went out and grabbed a bag of Miracle Grow soil, whatever it is that you would pick up at like your local grocery store or home hardware store. Nothing special at all. And yeah, and this is growing in ponds. So I don't know, like they're doing great. They're doing fine. But yeah, so I think those are all the plants that I want to show you guys that are very low maintenance, that would be ideal for people who have busy lifestyles. And I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.